Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Ronja here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys this crazy Night Witch giant deck that Surgical Goblin used to defeat Nem Sensei in the Grand Finals. As you guys know, if you guys are keeping up with the pro scene, you guys would have seen Surgical Goblin pull out this deck and absolutely destroy Nem Sensei in the finals with this deck. Sorry about that. Phone locked. Anyway, as you guys can see, it's a 3.1 deck, and it's got a giant and a Night Witch and the goblins, the miner, the ice spirit, and the electro wizard, as well as the log and the poison. So all these cards are just going to work really well together to get us some wins. So let's go and hop into a match on the ladder. As you guys can see, I've been playing a whole lot of Clash. I've been just trying out so many decks, and I've been trying to improve my gameplay. And most of the day I've been playing challenges, like a bunch of 2v2s and stuff like that, so I'm not really able to get any rewards anymore, but it's okay. So we're gonna see whatever he decides to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and place a Night Witch over here in the left lane. Just gonna kind of ignore the tombstone for the time being, but I'm gonna put a giant in front of this Night Witch here, and hopefully we can beat out some of his stuff. So as you guys can see right there, he's gonna go ahead and play a Hog Rider, and I'm gonna go ahead and put a poison spell down here to kill these archers because they're gonna do the most damage for him over here. And Ice Spirit's going to go down, and we're not really going to get too much damage done on the tower. In fact, we're going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage here because of that Hog Rider going to get a couple more hits in. We could have done a little bit of a better job doing with the tombstone. Maybe even using a miner on the tombstone would have been a better choice there, but it's all good. 2 minutes left going into the rest of this match. Let's go ahead and place our Night Witch going down right now. And I think we have a slight elixir lead going into the rest of this. So I'm just going to go and play the miner here. He's going to go ahead and rocket the Night Witch, and we're just going to go and take out this tombstone here with the miner. So at the moment we're at a big elixir advantage here, 2 elixir, which is quite a bit. So I'm going to play the goblins here just to, actually no, I'm just going to play the electro wizard just to stun the knight and kind of decrease the damage that he's going to output. We're going to put an ice spirit as well as goblins here to deal with this Hog Rider. Hopefully he gets no damage off, and he's going to use a log there too, which is great for us. Our Electro Wizard's unfortunately in front of the giant. Not the end of the world though. Archers are going to do quite a good job against that, but I'm going to go and throw a log down, hoping to catch something else. Not going to happen, but it's okay. Our Night Witch is going to lock onto the tower as well as the giant, and look at that damage, guys. We're going to go ahead and get that tower all the way down to 0, as Cheap Pat would say, and then that Night Witch is going to go ham on that tombstone. They're going to destroy all of those skeletons, and it looks like we're going to do very well for the rest of this match. I'm going to go and start out with an Electro Wizard here going in the left lane in case he decides to drop a Hog Rider, as well as I'm going to split some goblins here in a second. So he's going to go with the Hog Rider in the other lane. Actually, that's actually smarter of him to do. I'm just going to log this all back. I don't want the knight doing too much to us. The Electro Wizard is going to go and take out the tombstone for us, which is an open door for our giant to go in. I'm going to start a giant in the back this time. He's going to place his archers up front a little bit more, which is no big deal for us. I'm going to place an ice, not an ice. I'll place my goblins here as well as an ice spirit. Just to go ahead and do this. I'm going to use an Electro Wizard there to just stun everything. And we're going to go ahead and continue our counter push. I'm going to put a second giant down since we know he's just got a tombstone for it. That Electro Wizard is going to go ham. We're going to use our goblins to go and clean this all up. We're going to, whoops, I did not mean to log right there. I meant to log those goblins. That happens sometimes, I guess, where you accidentally log the wrong thing. But as you guys can see right there, that giant's going to go ham, and we're basically just going to end the game there. So we're going to win what am I saying? We won 1 crown to 0 there. The giant Night Witch went pretty crazy in that match. Not gonna lie, this deck is pretty good. So let's go and hop into another match on the ladder. Sorry for this lag. So if my voice is like behind or in front of this, it's because my screen recorder is like a second behind me. When I tap, I don't like when I'm looking at my recording. Everything's like slower. So when I place my Night Witch, is like a second after. So he's going to go ahead and pump up here. My Night Witch is down. I'm going to go ahead and punish it. I'm going to punish this as hard as I possibly can here. We're just going to put as much as we can. If he has Executioner or Tornado, we're basically done for, but I don't think he does. He's got arrows. I'm just going to go and throw poison in here. He's going to throw an Ice Spirit down, but that's not good enough. Those archers are going to die. His Night Witch is going to get quite a bit of value. It's going to get dropped by the tombstone, and we're going to do quite a bit of damage to that tower. 1500 is all that's left over there, and then I'm going to throw a miner over here onto the pump just to make him play something else. He's going to play a P.E.K.K.A, and that miner's dead. So what I'm going to do in order to play against this P.E.K.K.A is I'm going to have to use the goblins as well as the bats to do as much as I can to it. At this point, I'm just going to play an Ice Spirit here. And I guess I'm going to play Goblins. And he's going to play another Elixir Pump, so that means I'm just going to punish here. His P.E.K.K.A is going to do a lot of damage to our tower, but I don't think he can really defend. Okay, he's got a Battle Ram as well. We might be in trouble here, guys. I'm going to play a Poison Spell here, just to kind of defeat those Barbarians and bring down that everything as well. I'm going to throw an Ice Spear here just to make sure, okay, everything's taking aggro correctly. We're going to get a couple hits from that P.E.K.K.A. Not the end of the world. Our Goblins are going to stab, and look at that tower. The King Tower is lower than his Crown Tower, guys. 2140. He's got a little bit of a pump left, churning, but it's okay. We've done more damage to his King Tower than he's done to us. We can actually stop his P.E.K.K.A. If we use the correct counters here with the Electro Wizard as well as the Goblins and the Ice Spirit. We should be able to take down that P.E.K.K.A. We're going to do quite a bit of damage to that pump. He's going to use another Elixir there, and we're just going to have to go for the 3 crown here. If he decides to go for 3, okay, he's not going to, but if he decided to go with the P.E.K.K.A., that would be pretty bad for us because we don't have, okay, now we've got our Goblins, so it's okay. If he decides to play the P.E.K.K.A., it's okay now. We've got the Goblins backing it up. And I think he's just freshly dropped another pump, so we're going to go with the Giant, and we're going to keep punishing this. He hasn't learned his lesson from playing too many pumps. We're going to have a Night Witch in between 2 Giants, which is very, very, very scary for him. We're going to play an Ice Wizard here just to keep the P.E.K.K.A. at bay. That Night Witch is going to go down. Giants are going to start catapulting themselves into the tower. The Giant's going to get a hit. We're just going to take out that P.E.K.K.A. right now. The Miner's going to go in. I'm going to go and drop a Poison Spell just to clean everything up. And looks like that tower is sub 1,000 damage. So what I'm going to do now is place a Log and an Ice Spirit and Electro Wizard, and I think that Battle Ram might connect. No, it's not. Okay. We're okay here. That Ice Spirit is going to do a little bit to us. We need to drop our Electro Wizard now. We can't let that P.E.K.K.A. get any hits off. And looks like that P.E.K.K.A. is going to die right before it's too late. Night Witch is going to spawn a couple of bats, but it's okay. He has to get 800 damage in somehow, some way. And it looks like this, or we have to actually. The Battle Ram's going to connect, almost connect, I should say. Oh, it's going to connect. And we need to use our Electro Wizard here to stop these Barbarians as much as we can. And at this point, we can either play for a tie or play to win. So I'm gonna play to win. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Giant. The Giant's gonna lead the P.E.K.K.A. We're gonna drop the Poison Spell. And I'm gonna Log. Gonna use my Ice Spirit, use my Goblins. And hopefully that Giant gets 2 more hits in before it's over. No, unfortunately the Barbarians are going to go ham, and we're actually not going to win the game. Oh no, I can throw a Log. No. Oh, I can't throw a Log. The Poison Spell would have won the game, but okay. His tower was at 215. His 3rd crown tower was at 315, which is pretty low. So let's go and hop into another match here against somebody whose name I can't pronounce from No Clan. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with our Giant Night Witch deck. Let's see if we can punish. They said punish about 1,000 times in that matchup. Okay, he's gone with Witch in the left lane, so let's go ahead and punish in the right lane. The Night Witch is countered by the Witch, and it's 1 elixir less. So I think he's just gonna do bridge spam, maybe Graveyard. Let's see what he does. Elite Barbarians. I'm gonna go and poison all of this. It's gonna do quite a bit of damage to him, but he hasn't done a single thing about this push building up on the right side at all. He's thrown a Goblin gang down, which is gonna do quite well against our thing, but it's not going to be enough. That tower is basically going to go down to 0 here. He did pretty good taking out our King Tower as well, but I think we have an elixir advantage. And if we really wanted to, we could have backed up that Giant and done more damage to him, but I don't think that's going to happen. We're going to play an Electro Wizard here because I feel like it's better than the Night Witch at the moment. I don't want the Night Witch to get destroyed. So I'm going to play a Miner here just to tank a little bit. There we go. Hopefully those Goblins can get in there and destroy that Witch. That's going to happen, and we need to Log and as well as Electro Wizard here just to make sure that we don't take any damage from these Elite Barbarians. Okay, we're going to take a lot of damage from that Goblin gang. It's probably going to bring us below 1,000 HP on the tower. It's going to bring us down to 858, but we've got an Electro Wizard going down the lane. He's going to have to respond. Okay, he's going to use an Executioner, which is bad news for us. Right now I'm just going to play the Miner onto that Executioner. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that miner takes that out. Okay, that's actually pretty good. The miner took out the Executioner. The Executioner is the main counter for our Night Witch here that he's got. We need to get our Night Witch down. We need to go ahead and get our poison spell ready because we know he's going to drop a Goblin Gang. We're going to actually drop the poison right here. We're going to get everything. We're going to throw a miner in the mix. We're going to throw another giant down. And we're going to throw a log here. Hopefully we can clean all this up. Okay, he's going to go crazy with these elite barbarians. But basically, the reason why we went so crazy over there on the right side, on the left side, even though we know he has elite barbarians, is because we have to. We don't really have a choice. We've only got 800 HP left on that tower, so we don't really have a choice. We have to kind of just go as aggressive as we possibly can at every moment. So we're going to place a Night Witch here just to sponge. We're going to throw a miner down. And we're going to have to log all of this back. He's going to play elite barbarians pretty soon. We already know that. Let's go ahead and get a poison in there. Miner just to tank, log going in. Hopefully we hit that furnace. No, we're not going to hit the furnace. It's okay though. We're going to drop an E-Wiz here. Right on top of that witch. Poison spell's coming down. Ice Spirit in, and we're going to drop goblins right on top of that. We're going to sacrifice a tad bit of damage just to make sure we take out that furnace, because we need to make sure we have, we're going to drop a miner here, log, E-Wiz. We just need to make sure we don't take 294 damage. At this point we're just playing for a tie. I don't know if we can do it. We're doing alright here. Preemptive miners going down just to block anything that he wants to play. And I think that's the end of the game, guys. I don't think he can play anything that'll defeat us. Let's go and drop a giant here. Just to make sure those elite barbarians get sponged for another couple seconds. Log's coming down, but we're not going to lose. So as you guys can see here, this deck is actually pretty good defensively. You can build up a counter push and get elixir with it when you use the cards that you have correctly. And you can actually win with it. It's just when you play somebody with a deck like that, it's just more difficult. So let's go and hop into another match. He's going to play the Goblin Gang. Let's just log that back. Boom. As you guys can hear those gunshots going off in the background. I don't know what that is. Ice Spirit's going to freeze those two. And we're going to go ahead and punish very hard in this left lane. Nah, we're not really going to punish. We got, I think, 3 elixir lead. Let's add another elixir to that by taking out this miner. We screwed up the prediction, but it's okay. We still got some damage off. I wish our goblins were another level higher. He's gonna play the Executioner going into the right lane, so we're going to punish. We're gonna punish very, very hard here. I'm not really sure what to play. I don't want to play anything too risky. I'm just gonna play the log here just to clean those up. That was actually pointless. Okay, the Night Witch, please stay alive. Yes, the Night Witch is gonna stay alive, which means we're gonna punish even more. We're gonna place another giant. Goblins here. I don't think he's got anything to stop it. He's going to use the Electro Wizard here, which is 4 elixir, and we've got 2 elixir taking that out. We've got the giant rumbling and tumbling down the lane. Got another giant on the tower. The Night Witch going in. The goblins are going to stab. The giant's tanking, and that's good game. Well played against Miss Oso, which is bear in Spanish, I think, because of that show, Oso. I don't know if any of you guys know that. Remember that show. How many matches have I done? I've done like 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've done 4 matches. We won 2 and lost 2. So that's going to be the end of the video, guys. We got a 3 crown there with a guy who had the Executioner Tornado deck, which is like the epitome of the counter to this deck. So, yeah. Whoops, I didn't mean to bring that up. Yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment and like, and try this deck out for yourself. It's a pretty strong deck. Surgical Goblin won with it, like I said, and basically, that's it. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. See you guys later. Peace.